Whoa, that loading took so long I took a Biden nap. Well, folks, it's been a long day, but we're finally here. Lucas Banks's Milestone 3 project for CSC 576. The next steps in the development of the game engine were to implement clip blending, the Compute World Mixer shader, storing the keyframes on the GPU, and adding lighting to the skinning shader. Lucas, old pal, why don't you explain further?
Thank you for that beautiful intro, Joey. So we are going to get right into it. We already did everything on the converter that we have talked about, so we're going to get right into running the engine. Uh, so as Joe mentioned, the clip blending, the compute mixer, the keyframes on GPU, and the lighting were the main things this week. So there you can see the skin shader that was just being pointed out, and it is right there. Then, as I explained in the last one, it uses the skin fragment shader for it to create the lighting as well as compute the world matrix, and then it uses the vertex shader to send that out. There is all the logic highlighted for the lighting. Uh, Excuse me, right there highlighted, and then there's everything for the bone world. And there's our compute mixer, which we'll come back to, but compute mixer is the blending of the two clips, the keyframe A, keyframe B, with T sub S. That will and compute world. Both of those will be used heavily, and you'll see in the coming examples. All right, so we're going to add our clips. We added a clip manager uh, and create the clips now in the game separate from the animation. This allows for like the switching between clips of characters, and now when the clip is made, it's made by the manager, and uh, that allows for easily finding other things you need a manager class for. And then we have the animation controller is pretty similar, although now instead of creating a skeleton, we'll still do the get anim data and get the clip data and everything, but now instead of creating a skeleton in the constructor, we're going to create the skin with the pivot on it, so you'll see that in just a moment. And then we're also going to create those two extra bones right there are SBOs for Mixer B and Mixer C. Mixer B mixes clip 2 and Mixer C mixes clip 1 and clip 2 together. They both need separate SBOs from each other and from clip A or Mixer A. And then here is the create skin. We're setting the pivot for that, and then you do that for all three SBOs right there. And then we're setting the first clip to Gangnam Style and the second clip to Jump. That's just the base 2. It'll have one fully running when it starts, and if you hit Z, it'll slide to the next one, percentage-wise, from 0 to 100 of the second clip. And then we have our world compute, which takes in the hierarchy data, the bone count. It takes in those two, the hierarchy and the joint hierarchy, excuse me, the joint and the inverse bind, and it takes those in to compute the world for the shader. So that is what the compute world shader does. Sorry for getting tongue-tied. And then that is our little how we're keeping track of T's for C. So it's just a sliding scale between 0 and 1. It goes up a percentage point delta each time. So now we have the animation controller. The animation controller can call change PO timer. That will, when the clip switches, it makes sure the timer is the correct timer so that you're not getting too long or too little of a clip. And then we're going through and mixing PMix A, PMix B, and we're incrementing each clip by a third of 24 frame rate. And for animate bones, it's going to go through each frame bucket, and it's going to go through each bucket until it finds key A, the one that we're closest, and key B, the one behind it, and then it will send those to the mixer, which we'll see soon in a moment. And it does this for each of the for every frame that's being displayed. And now we'll wait just a moment for him to get out of there. Come on, Lucas. Yeah, and then that B time was to make sure that in case one of the animations was shorter, it wasn't getting screwed up. Okay, so here we go. So here's Prive Compute shader. So it's going to bind the A key and key A, key B from PMix from clip 1, and then PMix B will do the same for clip 2, and then mixer 3 will then, depending on what is called for, blend them the correct way, and then we will bind the result from C to the P-World Compute, and P-World Compute will do its work in that shader. And then here for the graphic skin texture, we have the pivot world, projection world, and view world being set. The GPU data putting the keyframes onto the into the SPOs, and then I believe, yeah, that this is the end. There looks like I was explaining that blend is just the state that it's in blend. Okay, yeah, so I was explaining, because here you can see that sliding scale from like blah, 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 all the way up to 1 and then back to 0. And you can't see it on screen right now because of the way my stupid computer records, but that is blending back and forth between them. In just a moment, you'll see the clip and of the actual animation, and you will see what I am talking about. Thank you.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk, everyone. I've been Joey Pepsi, and I don't know where I am. No, wait. Oh, yeah. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk, everyone. I've been your beloved and inanimate host, Joey Pepsarino, and I freaking love computer science and software architecture. I hope Lucas gets a job before the AI apocalypse. Thanks for an amazing time in this program, Ed.